Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Wednesday night racing action here tonight. We are live at the road course of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A little different look and a little different take on how the racing goes around here. There's been some bets placed, some stakes on the line, and man, we're looking forward to some fantastic side-by-side slipping and sliding racing that from what we hear from Monday night, this one should definitely get interesting. So let's all get locked and loaded down there and get things started off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud race sponsors over here at the VRL, like Blue Fox Properties and Dave Mayberry. Give him a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country. Get Dave involved in his 18 years of experience and get yourself some help there in that aspect of things, because Dave can get you into that home of your dreams. Even though this housing market, man, it is just going crazier and crazier. Don't delay and get yourself a good quality realtor today. And of course, big thank you as well to GC Cruise Travel. Contact Greg Klein there at the phone number 918-906-5616 or via email or over there on Facebook to plan your next vacation. As man, the world is a stressful place. Be sure to be taking that vacation time and getting away, as Greg has all the tools to get you the best deals possible. I know just personally on my next vacation coming up in May, he saved me over $2,000 on a Alaska cruise, which that ain't no short money there. $2,000 saved is a big margin. So big thank you to GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of the VRL and AAA Broadcasting. Speaking of AAA Broadcasting, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by the Brew Master in General, sitting here across that yard of bricks, Mr. Alan English, here in the booth with me tonight. And a little different look than what we're used to whenever we come here to Indianapolis here, Mr. English, making some right-hand turns as well as some lefts. Thankfully, NASCAR did take a couple corners out of this thing to make it a little bit easier for these drivers and added a whole other section, but it should be an interesting time to say the least.
Some really tight turns in the infield, and it's kind of hard to make those in a stock car chassis. But these guys are going to do the best out there. I guess the practice went pretty well from what I heard, and Turner was telling me that you turned a couple of practice laps here last night after I had jumped off and went to bed. So hopefully these guys, make it interesting out there tonight. This is not the typical, the typical NASCAR type race that you see, but we're always looking to see something different anyway. So interesting to see how these guys get around out here. Hopefully we have a great race here tonight. And I'm glad you're going on a cruise and stuff. I just don't want to go in the ocean. I just don't want to. It's a lot of water. It's really deep, and there's lots of stuff out there that wants to eat me. So I'm just not an ocean.
You're just gonna be at the buffet.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the ocean. I want to eat ocean animals. I don't want them eating me. So that's just personal feeling that has no endorsement by AAA Broadcasting or its affiliates or sponsors.
Yep. As down there on pit road, Mr. Adam Turner, our anger management specialist, all ready to go. You like that feed there?
I got a yip. That's all I got was a yip.
I don't even know where to go from there. And first of all, I never told you Brown did a session here. I just watched him race a little bit last night. No, he was doing some kind of fancy left turn. It wasn't here.
But jeez, you lied to me.
No, you just didn't listen.
You lied to me.
You were setting up this whole great thing about you being in the ocean and not wanting to be in the ocean. I don't know. Well, I don't care. I don't like turning right, left. I mean, I'd like the left, not right. We'll figure out what happens here. They're following the NASCAR schedule, so well, hey, what can you do? It is what it is. We're gonna have some fun with it either way. Here's the rules: 1 fast repair, 55% fuel, unlimited tires, 25 incident points, you'll get a penalty. 6 more incident points, you'll get another penalty. And temperatures 95, pretty warm out there.
And that it is. As we take a look here at the racetrack, racing in the clockwise direction around this. I didn't realize it now, but kind of looks like a rubber duck a little bit. Looking at the track map, looks like a rubber duck. Maybe like one of those old like Greek ore road boats, something like that. It definitely looks.
If you flip it over, it looks like a different shape. But
I don't know. Either way,
like a gun.
It could be. Yeah, flip it completely around. Yeah, I don't know. Trek looks weird. But either way, beautiful weather to be had out here. Bright and sunny skies. Not gonna kill these drivers whatsoever. But bringing us down to tonight's key to the race is, well, they got a pretty good manicured lawn over here. You don't need to mow it for them. Keep it on the track. This grass is slippery and not a whole lot of, well, there's a lot of runoff areas where, you're not going to hit a wall or anything like that, but taking a trip down through the grass is just going to spell nightmare fuel for you.
The grass, the gravel, the, the curbs. There's a lot of dangers out here, and, as you said, the runoff area, in some places it's good, some places there's a wall right there, so they're going to have to really watch some stuff out here tonight as they run around this oddly shaped track.
Yeah, I just want to survive the race if it's me. But I'm sure there's some drivers that are really good here, and we're going to find that out tonight. I guarantee you, the 33 of Jeff Spot will be up there somewhere. He's good at seems like every track, So we'll see him up front, I bet. That's where my money's at tonight.
And that indeed is qualifying finishes on up here. And we get locked and loaded down there, ready to rumble. As these drivers head on down into their cars for the first time here tonight. And get ready to go to that green flag. Let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here tonight. Got in pole position, the 53, Mr. Jeremiah Burke, having a great starting spot with the 14 of Dustin Eaton starting to his side there. In second, 81, Jonathan Osborne as well, having a good starting spot up there in third. There's something going on between the 14 and the 81. We'll touch on that here in a little bit. You also got the 27 of Timothy Pope having a good starting spot up there in fourth. 33 of Jess Vaught starting inside of this top 5 here this evening, with the 23 of one of Canada's own Sean McDonald getting things started in 6th. 92 of Greg Klein, another one to watch out for on these road courses, getting things started in 7th, as the 18 Andrew Player gets a pretty good starting spot in 8th. 9th will be the 84 Chudzilla himself, Mr. Josh Bittner, and the 28 of Mr. Sneaky and quietly moving on up and getting good finishes, the 28 of Mr. George Rincon, rounding out that top 10.
Yeah, the 25 of Mike Darlin will start in 11th. 12th will be Andrew Cawthon in the 10 machine. The 49 of David Kelly will start 13th. 14th will be Alejandro Gonzalez in the 79 truck. The 29 truck of Dave the Gambler Mayberry will start in 15th place. 16th will be Kyle Vaught in the 16. Let's see, Eric Klafka, David Fight, the 5 and the 1, and then Ricky Wittenberg in the 55 will round out your top 20.
Yeah, 085, Greg Dobson, the Canadian. 21st, he's got that nice paint scheme. He's going to be nice out there tonight, like all Canadians. 22nd, 82, Mike Everidge. Number 7, Jonah Long. 88, Michael Adamson. 24th, Jack Dixon, another Canadian, the 07, 25th. Michael Taylor, 26th, in the 98. 99, America's Driver. Albert Anderson, 27th. 13, sponsored, not sponsored, AAA truck, or 11s. And then rounding it out, the 1, 2, 3, John Gallagher.
And that is your field here for this evening, as the pace car starts to guide these trucks on along around the around this race course to get things all going up and ready. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. Appreciate each and every single one of you joining us out there in YouTube land. Of course, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time we go live, and be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well if you enjoy the content, as that just helps us continue to grow this fantastic racing community.
Greg Dobson's out here commenting and also racing. He says running the driving hazard Tundra paint scheme tonight. Adam Strom says, I love watching some road course craziness, and that's what we're going to see out here tonight. Albert Anderson's pop saying, go get him, Albert. Adam Strom says, hey, Mr. English, I picked a bunch of jalapenos and Tabasco peppers, so I'll be running up to the booth for you, Turner, and what? For you, Turner, I'll be down pit road with a 36 pack of Old Style. Ooh, bringing some Old Style to you. That's
Well, the
awesome.
premium malt liquor version, though.
Oh, okay.
Even better.
Taylor Provak's out here pulling for the 33 and the 16. Earl Evans saying, let's go sponsors. And something about a tattoo on the line for tonight's race. That's kind of crazy there, but we're going to see that.
Yeah, that it is. Like I said, we'll touch on that here in a little bit.
Sure.
As the field heads on down and got a couple corners to go before taking to that green flag.
That's a big bet.
Well, not if you have like 5,000 tattoos. It's not.
Well,
if it's
sure.
like your first one, maybe.
Yeah,
We'll see what it's all
Yeah,
about.
and well, and I from what I understand, the tattoo isn't extremely large. It's not not like a whole body tattoo or a giant giant thing across the low back right above the butt.
Oh, no. I'm going to get some angel wings on my back that just say English. Yeah,
That
here we
is
go.
weird.
I don't know. I just was
Please
trying to
don't
have
do
fun.
that.
All right, Brown.
Yep. As we get ready to go back to the green, as we get ready to go to the green flag here tonight, everybody all locked and loaded, and here we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight, as the 14 and the 53 stay side by side. The 53 on the inside lane having the advantage to the first corner. Oh, as he gets a bump from the 81, sending the 53 on around. Quick and early contact here as the 81 sneaks on out to that lead after the contact. Hard impact into the outside wall there for Jeremiah Burke. You got the 14 tucking into line behind the 81. Then you got the 33. Oh, as we got cars also drifting off the track. The 84 getting a couple tires off, able to keep that ball rolling straight and true, though. You got the 49, David Kelly. He might be getting a little bit of a slowdown penalty for that one. Cut the corner a little bit as head down the straightaway here in the midfield section of this track. Absolute chaos happening here already. You got the 085. We're going 3 wide, now back down to 2 wide here as the 82 and Mike Evers starting to make up some spots, splitting the 7 and the 085 there, pretty much right in half. 81 leading the field down into the final section here of the track. This is a part of the track I haven't actually driven on here. Normally they would drive into what would be turn, number 1, but they've essentially cut that corner out and added a little kind of arena section as the 27 drifts off the track a little bit, slipping and sliding down through there, able to rejoin the race on surface. He's going to be alongside teammate 84 of Josh Bittner here as they make their exit back down the front straightaway here with the 14 going side by side here with the 81.
I liked it when they let him run through that short chute between turns 1 and 2 on the oval, and then come around turn 1, and then just take that whole front stretch there where the start finish line is. I like that version a lot better. This is a lot more challenging. So a lot of these guys trying to get used to the new configuration.
That it is, as the top 4 still pretty tightly packed here. We also got that 53 of Jeremiah Burke with a little bit of damage here. Thankfully, road courses not typically aero dependent here. There are some sections where straight line speed will be impacted, but Jeremiah Burke trying to charge back up through this field and catch on back up to the front as the 55 Ricky Wittenberg looks to the side of the 29 of Hot Rod Mayberry out here. For those of you wondering about the as Mayberry locks up the tires a little bit, and the 55 getting a little bit of an advantage. Eric Klafka having a little bit of an issue. He's sideways across the track as traffic's trying to sneak on by.
Man, there's too much happening. I'm having a hard time paying attention because I'm designing my tribute to Alan English tattoo over here.
Good.
Just such good friends. I mean,
Why would you do that?
Memorialize us, as our friendship together. I'm not going to do that. I'm really interested in who's doing this tattoo thing. This is crazy. I can't believe they're doing like a bet like that.
That indeed, as Dustin Eaton runs fastest lap of the race and continues to drive off away from Jonathan Osborne. And his rookie debut here tonight, and talk about a heck of a way to start racing with a league. The 79 of Alejandro Gonzalez in the 79 machine, looking pretty good up inside that top 15 right now, right behind the 10 of Andrew Cawthon, just trying to take things easy and move his way on up through this field.
Yeah, this guy must be a ringer or something.
Yeah, down from Caracas, Venezuela.
That's where he's at?
Yeah.
Holy damned. Well, good for him. I hope to see him do well tonight, as well as the others. Greg Klein's good at road courses. He's working his way up a little bit.
I've heard that.
Yeah, well, he'll tell you that if you talk to him. He'll let you know.
Will he?
Yeah.
That's how he introduces himself. He's like, "Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Greg Klein. I'm also pretty great at road courses."
Yeah, and then honestly, I want to get him on one of those cruises to Antarctica. If he can get me down there to see that hole where they're doing all those experiments, I'm ready to see what's happening down there in Antarctica. So I'll get with Greg after the race.
You don't want to do that. I saw this.
Yeah.
I saw this Kurt Russell movie where there's some guys that were working down there.
Yeah,
some really, really bad stuff happened.
Well, that's because
fire had to be involved to kind of handle the situation. I don't know if y'all have seen that movie.
There's a lot of what's going on there.
81 and the 33 going side by side through the first section here of this racetrack. 81 getting a little loosey-goosey. Again, they're using the Watkins Glen setup here tonight. So not necessarily exactly tuned to this racetrack here.
this is a fixed setup league, and the administrators really tried their best to get the easiest setup to use here. I'm not sure if they're able to tweak the gear ratios and stuff. I think they probably can, and then save it and have that one be the setup. But I'm not sure if that's the case here. But yeah, this is definitely a unique track for sure.
085 taking a quick little trip through the grass as the 53 and the 23 going side by side. Jeremiah Burke continuing his climb back up this leaderboard. He's now got his sights set on that 27 of Timothy Pope.
Some of the tightest turns at any track you're going to see right here at Indianapolis Road Course. Some of those turns, 3/4 of the way through the lap there, straight 90-degree turns. I mean, with not a lot of room on either side. And it's not easy to negotiate through here. These guys are going to really struggle once they start to get some tire wear under that truck.
Well, kind of the same thing, equivalent that to turn 1 over there at Coda. I mean, remember going up that hill and then basically doing like a basically 140-degree, almost doing a complete 180.
Like hairpin. Yep.
As Jess Vaught tries to line up Osborne here for another attempt at a pass, taking it easy here. The 92 gets a little bump from behind from Andrew Player. Things were stacking up and kind of having the accordion effect down there, and the 92 of Klein just gets a little boomp.
Greg's gonna remember that.
Again, I don't. From what we've seen of Andrew Player, that was obviously nowhere close to being on purpose. That was
Greg blamed himself for something. I didn't. Did you catch that, English?
I didn't catch what he said. I
think
know
he
that
said it was on him. I think he slowed down too much or something.
Well, he had a big check up in front of him. He didn't have any choice but to get out of the throttle. So, Greg can be Mr. Humility, but I don't even think it was his fault. He had to get out of it or wreck somebody else. So, I mean, that's just what happens sometimes at these really, really tight turns.
So you're saying he's a hero? He saved a giant wreck from happening.
No, I mean, you know how many times Greg Klein's wrecked me? No, I'm not going to call him a hero. I'm just saying.
Greg Klein, the hero.
It was a stack up.
Either way, he got back on the track. He's fine. He'll still make it to the front by the end of this thing. I bet you.
Need help, dude.
Why do I need help?
Larry Dickerson out there in YouTube saying, "Let's go Team All Star." So
nice
for those guys out there here tonight.
That's the 7 of Jonah Long trying to the 2-for-1 special down there into turn number 1, getting around the 88 and the 29 of Adamson and Mayberry. Jess Vaught did eventually. It's the 53 with a little bit of a lock up there. He's going sideways once again.
Yeah, he had his old buddy and teammate, the 27 of Tim Pope, got into the back of the 53 there.
Oh, now I'm feeling it now. Let's get that party started. The chrome horn is out.
Oh, I mean, the it came out by turn 1 on lap 1, so.
27's back around.
Got turned.
Oh, Yahtzee.
Oh, man, what happened there?
It looks like he just kind of lost it coming out of the corner a little bit there.
Okay. He's fine. He's back on the track.
Yep, that he is.
88 got smoked. Somebody went too hot in that corner.
Oh, man. Mayberry.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a look back at
braking.
What happened here between the 88 and 29.
Yeah, it's ARCA braking right there.
Yeah, he had him locked up, and that's all you can do is just slam on the brakes and hope and pray.
Yeah, nobody's torn up too bad.
No.
Do have one fast repair if these guys need it though tonight.
Yeah, that they do, as the 55 Ricky Wittenberg is having a pretty good battle here with the 10 of Andrew Cawthon, but someone who is absolutely getting it tearing it up. I'm having a stroke tonight or something, but Dustin Eaton out almost 7.5 seconds in front of everybody else, just driving on his lonesome out here. Earl Evans having a little whoopsie there, but able to get it looped back around.
How did Dustin with the Y get so far out front?
Well, Justin Osborne had a pretty tough fight where there was a whole section they were side by side, which absolutely slowed them down by a good margin. And here at road courses, usually at a typical like your 1.5 miles or whatever, if you're fighting side by side, especially with old tires, it might cost you half a second to a second. Well, if you're doing it for a full section here, it could cost you 3 or 4. But not only that, but Dustin Eaton's been absolutely flying out here. His last lap was a 133 compared to Jess Fott's 135.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
As here comes the 81 back up, ready to fight. Oh, it's Tim Pope again. Oh, he's getting tied on up there with looked like George Rincon.
And then Mayberry off tracked in the same spot. He didn't like that corner there. Dave, the nickname Mayberry. I don't know what number corner it is. It's like one of the last ones, I mean, how many turns do we have? Like 35? Somewhere in the 30
I couldn't
range.
tell you as Adamson takes a quick jaunt through the grass. Osborne taking a trip through the grass as well. All that hard work he was doing to keep up with Jess there, and he goes slipping and sliding. And look who's right there behind him, the 53, Jeremiah Burke, looking to the inside as the 81 trying to get into the corner.
Yeah.
53 sticking the nose in there, locking the brakes up, getting that truck to rotate on through, and gets that position back from the 81. So revenge has been served.
Kathy's out there saying Team Albert. Albert is
Sorry.
24th currently. Go ahead.
The 25 of Mike Darland was slipping and sliding. Same thing with the 1 of David Fight. Got a whole slew of traffic going on around here.
Man. There's a lot happening. This Alejandro guy from Venezuela, what a showing he's put on.
I know.
Top half of the race so far.
Man, it's going to be debatable. I think he might be the furthest away that we've seen in total here for the VRL. Do you remember the Cobra, Simon Streges? I think he was from like far Eastern Europe, so it'd be interesting to see how far he was compared to Alejandro here.
From like the Czech Republic, or I know that's probably not a thing anymore, but he was from way over there. I don't know where he was from, but he had some internet issues at certain times. I don't know if that'll be a problem for Alejandro, but good to see him out here.
And it's the 28 machine going side by side here through some S's alongside Timothy Pope. Oh, Ricky Wittenberg back around in the infield grass.
Yeah, at least he's got a cool paint scheme, Ricky's always got those Tommy Bahama looking cool paint scheme things.
He's just checking the side.
I just want to hang out with him, dude. Like go to the beach with Ricky. We'd just be hanging out. I think we'd smoke cigars, drink some booze. We'd probably get a tan, have some
I don't know
fun.
about all that.
It just seems like that kind of guy. I mean, I don't.
Fire in the woods with Ricky and drink some whiskey and.
Oh man, he's just having a bad lap here because this is his 3rd or 4th time he's gone off track here. Just this lap alone. I think those tires are getting a little slick and a little slidey here on lap number 10. I believe we will have a halfway caution break right around lap 21, so we're about halfway through this first stage.
I think everybody has their dream scenario. If they could spend, the weekend with Ricky Wittenberg, what would you do?
Yeah, I'm sure. Now we've turned it into a celebrity, Ricky the celebrity. Although he's got a lot of stories, man, like wrestling stories.
He has tons of stories, and he has so much life experience. So you'd spend the weekend on the beach with him smoking cigars. I'd rather sit in the woods by a campfire, drink the whiskey, And
maybe fishing too. Fishing too.
I want everybody out there that's watching tonight to think, if you could spend the weekend with Ricky Wittenberg, what would be your dream weekend?
Maybe we could have a sweepstakes. Maybe we could just do a sweepstakes where we just send somebody to Ricky's house and you just hang out with him and see how cool he is for the weekend.
You can go stage houses with him or something fun. I mean, realty related. I mean, whatever you're into.
Yeah, man. That's pretty good.
We're going to hear Browns here before long, I'm sure.
Yeah, where would you like to hang out with Ricky Wittenberg?
Me? Well, we'd start off, going to the golf course, just hanging out.
There you
go. Doing our stuff, but then end up heading on down and maybe catching some live wrestling, some WWE action.
Oh.
That's pretty good, too. I think everybody's got a good...
well, because I also... Because, Ricky, he used to be have a wrestling podcast. Yeah, and
that's good too.
He knows all the ins and outs of the business, and I'd love to hear what he's got to say about stuff.
He had a radio show as well too. I think he was a DJ at one point.
He's been in the biz, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he thinks about Bob Ross. I love that guy. Yeah, that's a good wrestling announcer.
That's
not Bob Ross.
Was a painter.
Jim Ross, not Bob. I get them confused. They're both greats,
Confused with the happy
Jim
little
Ross. By God, Jim Ross. By God. Yeah. There's too many Rosses in the world.
Happy little tree right here.
I like that guy too. So I mean, cool. Sure. Whatever. All right, what's going on the track, bro?
Well, I will say, I was saying earlier on before some action was going on. The rivalry line here tonight between the 16 and the 29, Kyle Vaught and Dave Mayberry. Kyle Vaught was plus 125. Dave Mayberry was negative 115. But as of right now, the 16 has got a couple spots on the old man.
Yeah,
it's going to take a lot for something to change there, isn't it?
They've both been just running right around the same pace, so if they end up around this track at the same time here, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. 18 Andrew Player coming out of the pits here, trying to sneak around that 29 machine.
It's an odd pit entrance. It's in that little, like you described it, the little arena turns right there before you get to the front stretch, and you really have to know where it is to peel off to the right, that little one-lane deal to the right. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. You have to know where it is.
Breaking news. Eric Klafka has disconnected manually.
He was having a little bit of an issue here tonight as the 55 Ricky Wittenberg coming across the yard of bricks. That's the first time that I think we've seen somebody there have an issue. Let's see what happened.
Kathy and Edith Anderson out here tonight pulling for Team Albert. Thank y'all for being here. It's good to see y'all again.
Yeah, this is an Albert's type of track. America's driver likes those left turns like us, but
yeah,
he's sticking through it. He's 25th. He's up 2 spots. If he hangs in there, he'll end up all right. He'll get him a top 20 for sure, I think.
As looks like Dustin Eaton, Jess Vaught, and Greg Klein all making their way down onto pit road. Some good racing, though, going on between the 28 and the 123, as well as the 27, all bunched on up here. And not too far in front of them, you got Bittner and Wittenberg and Mayberry all in a little bit of a tussle. At the same time, Earl Evans just in front of them coming back out onto the track. Ooh, thankfully, it was on the far side of the corner, so it didn't look like too much of an issue for those guys.
Oh, man. A lot of action right there around Earl Evans. Good thing he's got that beautiful paint scheme and gold. I love gold. It's like a gold-looking AAA broadcast machine. Sponsored, not sponsored. All right, the Gambler, Dave Mayberry, is coming down. This is an odd pit interest, like you said. If you follow him down the whole way, you'll be like, wow, man, that's weird. Why did they do it that way?
Man, it kind of reminds me of, there's a few tracks that do it on the oval side, but like I believe for is it IndyCar when they come here to Indianapolis, they have to use that apron down on the inside of the corners to get into pit road.
Yeah, and it's like from 3 to 4, right?
Yeah,
you got to be in that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to come in on the backstretch.
Yes. Oh, and same thing. I think Homestead Miami's got the same thing.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Good memory. That's the young guy always has the best memory.
Sure.
Well, I just remember it because it's costed me a few races a couple times.
Oh, that does happen too.
I think I want to change my answer or modify my answer. So me and Ricky Wittenberg would hang out and by a fire, drink whiskey, and then the next day he would take me on a tour of all the breweries that are in the area.
Of course.
With this realty business. Yeah.
It ends up in the breweries.
Well, I mean, why not?
You would hang out with anybody in the chat, anybody in this league. If they said, "Hey, English, I know a bunch of breweries," you'd be like, "Okay, I don't know you, but I will go with you."
As long as we're burning your gas, let's go.
Let's go check it out. Earl Evans is coming into the pits.
And Kyle Vaught losing a couple of positions here. 27 Timothy Pope flying on by. Now here comes that 84 of Josh Bittner. So teammates working together here.
Yeah, Albert Anderson's pop just came on and said, "Hey, Edith and Kathy, my sisters. Albert's not too crazy about this track, but anything can happen here."
Yep. And I know he's not. I know Albert.
And he's a resilient guy. I mean,
he likes to race, but I mean, this is tough. Personally, I would already quit because I don't like turning right like this. And I would have been run over, embarrassed, off track.
Well, no, if both you and English were racing, it would be like a rivalry thing. Yes, who would get the better of who?
We break each other, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't get any tattoos over such a thing.
What?
Like something's happening out here tonight from what I hear.
Yeah, I guess we can spill the beans on that one at this point as the 53 of Jeremiah Burke tries to chase down the 33 of Just Vaught. But some words have been said over there in the Discord over the past week between the 14 of Dustin Eaton and that 81 of Jonathan Osborne, who currently is quite a few spots back behind Eaton. So the deal is, if Eaton beats, he doesn't have to win the race, but if he beats and finishes in front of the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, Osborne needs to get a tattoo that says the word Tang for the Team Orangutans.
Oh, no.
However, if Osborne, once we reach halfway, everything gets restacked. If he finds a way to get in front and beat the 14 of Dustin Eaton, Eaton has to get a tattoo of the wheelchair racer dude that Osborne uses as the logo.
All right, somebody needs to wreck Eaton. I want to see that one.
You want to see
I mean, I love Team Tang. I'm not supposed to play favorites, but it'd be funny if Dustin Eaton had to get the wheelchair guy with the fire. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The flame guy?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually a cool logo.
Yeah, either one would be really
Yeah,
cool.
it's going to be fun either way. But I can't believe they made a bet over one race. God almighty.
No,
and when you start there, that's like the base level. Where do we go from here? Are we going to get like, if 5 years from now, are we doing face tats? I mean, what's happening?
And Osborne's, road courses are not really his big forte.
He's good at them, though.
He's doing pretty well. I mean, he's starting in third. He's now in sixth, but my goodness, that's
bold, right?
That's high stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't kidding us. The 10 machine took a quick trip through the grass as the 79 of Alejandro Gonzalez trying to catch on up to the 84 of Josh Bittner here and squeeze on up into the top 10. And Annalie Tovar's just saying, no.
Yeah, I didn't mean that, Annalie. I don't want anybody to wreck Dustin. For somebody to wreck Dustin, they'd have to catch him. He's 9 seconds in front of the field.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be tough.
The guy, the guy knows what he's doing out here, and he ain't gonna let anybody catch him. I don't believe.
But we are going to have a re-rack here at halfway point, so anything is still possible.
We are doing that. Okay.
Oh, well, as far as I know, I believe we are. I think it was just Road America that that they elected not to. But Road America is also, 6 times longer than this place.
Yeah. Okay, we're guessing. We're doing normally they do. If they don't blame us. We don't. We're not responsible for the rules.
Yeah, Annalie, I remember who you were. I thought it would be great if we could get Osborne and Eaton just battling it out at the end.
And again, from what I said earlier, the tattoos aren't gonna be ginormous. They're just
whatever.
Kind
Smaller
of
than
little
a sheet
things.
of paper.
Yeah.
Like smaller than a what?
A sheet of paper.
Oh yeah.
Not a full body tattoo.
No, I'm just gonna get that
index card sign,
English. I'm just gonna get English with a beer, like holding a beer mug. I'm just gonna get you on my left arm here. It's just like a portrait tattoo.
Oh, speaking
I
of which,
stand with English.
you
never do that.
You're gonna need to resend me those dimensions. As the 49 and David Kelly going down through the grass here as well, slipping and sliding. It's taking him a good minute to rejoin the trek again. Just no grip out on out there. Kyle Vaught as well having a little slip and slide there. That's going to allow Dave Mayberry to catch on up and overtake him.
Kyle had a huge spin there, but like you said, didn't hit anything. Able to get back on the track and rejoin.
But again, I'm going to need to get your measurements once again for your kegerator that you got over there. Oh, Kyle Vaught having another issue. Man, I'm trying to...
What?
Well, no, never mind. Everything's fixed. It's fine. My software was freaking out.
Oh, but we need measurements for beer.
Ricky Wittenberg going through there for his tap, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a baseball bat, kind of sawed off and whatnot, and epoxy a Texas Ranger baseball up to the top of it, and close it all into a thing. And I got a wood lathe that I got here at the house, and
like a tap handle.
Yeah, a tap handle.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Man,
I also have to send you guys the AAA broadcasting hats that I've been meaning to send for like 4 months now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have to see what thread it is. I can't remember what thread it is. It's on the stud on the bottom of the tap faucet.
It's a common thread. Everybody knows the thread.
Yeah, it's 3/8 by 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
All right. Well, we're getting close to that halfway point. We'll see if that actually happens. We never got official word, but we're guessing.
Yeah, 25 laps to go. If it will come out, it'll come out right around 21 to 20 laps to go, as the 92 Greg Klein has caught up to the back end of the 81 of Osborne here. Jeremiah Burke getting around that 23 Sean McDonald as well, sliding back on up into third.
3/8 by 16. I think is what it is. I don't know. Now this
Yeah. Rangers are having a good year. This is the year to do it. But they're losing right now, by the way. I'm watching them.
Osborne.
Dave Mayberry can't handle that corner. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but
I don't know. But Osborne coming down into the pits, I think he realizes at what point in the race they are, and he's getting that pit stop in before they close the stall. So maybe trying to get track position here, or when things get all restarted. Meanwhile, everywhere else on the track, everybody's all kind of separated, other than Jeremiah Burke and that 23 McDonald. Again, that's kind of the thing with these road courses. For the most part, you'll probably find yourself alone as the 10 machine goes sideways across the track. Oh, and he's cutting out in front of the 085. Oh, everyone made it through, but At these, Earl Evans taking a trip through the grass. Oh, and he does make it all the way to the tire barrier. But these road courses tend to space each other out. You'll find yourself around people running around the same pace. But again, with how much grass and gravel is around this racetrack, just the simplest of slip-ups is costing you 10+ seconds at a minimum.
Well, I hope we at least get pictures or video of the person getting the tattoo posted.
I'm sure we will.
See that. Yeah.
You got to show proof. All right, the pits are closed, so we are going to have this.
Okay.
This caution. Dave Mayberry cooked that corner again.
Oh, maybe.
On,
well,
Dave.
He also had Everidge there as well taking a trip. So let's go ahead and kind of watch what happened. Is this just one of those maybe following the leader kind of thing, focusing on the guy in front of you?
Could be.
And, just locking it up, maybe missing his breaking point. The 27 did the same thing, and so did the 29. So maybe losing sight of where they're supposed to be slowing down for that corner. Causing some havoc. Again, oh man, even more people having some issues. I think it's one of those corners, Turner, that doesn't really have a good marker to it. So we're just having to kind of judge every time that you're going around there about where to brake.
Talk, Turner. Yeah, I think that.
Huh? I got a lot of stuff going on over here. Okay, by the way. I mean, it's not. This isn't controlling my universe right now.
Well, I understand that, but we've all been in that situation. I think Turner's followed me into walls. I followed him into walls because we weren't paying attention to our braking or lifting point. And that happens. You start to judge it off the car in front of you, and you end up in the wall or in the grass or something like that. Is everything okay over there?
I did that all the time. Everybody needs something.
It's a circus. Yeah.
They need something, money, food, water, whatever. And I just keep coming into the
Yard
layer.
Time.
Don't you know this is the layer in here? When I have the on air sign on, y'all just leave me alone, man. I don't need it. So I apologize to the fans out there for my ineptitude tonight.
Warden, they need the yard time. You gotta let them get out there.
It's not the time to come over here and ask me for that. Oh man, yeah.
They need shank making material from out in the yard. You gotta let them out every now and then.
Well, they have that scheduled time. Then that's when they should be out. Oh well.
Getting close to that yellow here, boys.
And that indeed, as the 81 of Jonathan Osborne makes his way around the 25 of Mike Darlin, moving back on up into 12th, as the 14 of Dustin Eaton heading on down through, I believe this is the final section. Yes, indeed it is, as with a commanding almost 9-second lead currently comes back down across the line, and there you have it. The field is frozen. Dustin Eaton, winner of stage number 1. 33 of Just Fought gets some bonus points there in second, as well as the 23 of Sean McDonald, 53 Jeremiah Burke, 92 of Greg Klein, Andrew Player in the 18, 27 of Timothy Pope, the 28 of George Rincon, 84 of Josh Bittner, and the double eights, Mike Adamson, getting some bonus points. And of course, we saw it last season and the season before it. Each and every single bonus point matters. Some people, to make it into the playoffs, only made it due to 1 or 2 points. So it's definitely important to pick up those things.
Mike Taylor in the 98, a couple laps down there, you saw him sliding off the track there, spending some time with the greenery, familiarizing himself with the landscaping.
Well, he just wants to know if it's like Bermuda or like St. Augustine.
I saw his hand out the window trying to grab a sample.
Yeah.
He might be like, was it Les Miles, old LSU coach? You might want to taste the grass from each section just to see.
Yeah, that guy. Interesting fella.
We're-
Not as interesting as Coach O.
Hey, everybody in Louisiana loved Coach O. Les Miles, he was a strange duck, but he brought us a championship.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach O did too, but he did it with Les Miles' team that he assembled. Let's be honest.
I think he did a bunch of crazy stuff too, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Where's your
Either
honor?
way, Yahtzee.
All right, man. Coach O, another guy that I like to hang out with on the weekend. Maybe him and Ricky Wittenberg, if we could all do like a fishing trip or something. That'd be a fun vacation. So these guys still look like they're racing out here, Brown. It's going to take a long time to catch up to the pace truck.
Yeah, it's gonna take it's definitely gonna take a minute, and that's just how the road course stuff. It doesn't help, the pace truck, sometimes flies around these road courses here. Thankfully, here tonight doesn't look to be doing too bad, right around 45 miles an hour, so it isn't terrible, and there's enough straightaways here at this track that you can make up some of that time.
45 miles an hour, you hit it right on the button. That is the pace car limit, pace truck limit in this respect. But this track is so big, it's 2.5 miles of slow weaving turns, so it is going to take some time for the field to catch up. I'm wondering if they're not stacked up when it's time to go back green, if they'll add another lap. Lori's all on top of this, though. Lori Vaught is the league administrator, and she's going to be watching this. I think they might be okay. Let's see here, I'm going to pull it up in the SDK. Yeah, we have a couple of stragglers. Let's see here. We still have a lot of time left here. They're still not too wide, and the lights are still on the pace trucks. Plenty of time to make a decision here.
Oh, absolutely. Tons of time.
Thank everybody for joining us out there in YouTube land. All the folks watching tonight on the live stream, and all the folks that are going to tune in maybe the next day or two, watch the race unfold here at the Indy Road Course. If you like what you see tonight, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you hit the notification bell, it'll alert you when we have a race going live, so you won't miss anything. We have scheduled races, but then sometimes we'll do a charity race or a fun race or something every now and then. So, even though they might not be advertised, the folks that do hit the notification bell will be alerted, so you'll be in the know. You'll be able to watch it. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We sure appreciate it. Tristan Cotton joining us over there on the YouTubes. And did I join late? Yes. But I did join in. So, yes.
That indeed is Jonathan Osborne getting that lead spot from the pit strategy call there. 14th, followed by the 33, 53, 23, and the 92 coming on out of pit lane here. We'll let these guys catch back on up to the pace car. Normally, during the halfway point, we like to talk to the driver at the halfway point of in the field, but right now they're currently busy trying to catch on up to the pace car.
That, and they're weaving back and forth, and they're going to be too wide here in a minute, so it's... Oh! A little talk from Jonathan Osborne and Dustin Eden about the tattoo bet that's on the line here tonight.
Oh yeah, what'd they say?
Questioning each other's strategies. Jonathan Osborne miking up saying, "Hey, how about that pit strategy? You know, he's in first place right now." And Dustin Eaton came across the mic and said, "Well, how your tires feeling out there, buddy?"
Hmm.
These guys making it fun, man. I've never seen anything like this before. Two guys bet a tattoo on a single race like this. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Well, what would be even crazier is if they got that tattoo somewhere over in Europe, and you can also go visit Europe with GC Cruise Travel, offering options for not just cruise travel, but just your typical European vacations, maybe even river boats. Who knows what it has you? Be sure to contact Greg Klein over there at 918-906-5616, or contact his email, or even contact him via his Facebook page at facebook.com/GC Cruise Travel, and get yourself all booked up with a fantastic vacation here today. And what happens when you're done vacation, man? You just want to return home and sleep in your own bed. Well, that's why you got to give Dave Mayberry a call at 520-850-4189 and Blue Fox Properties. And let him and his 18 years of experience buying and selling homes get you into that home of your dreams, because this housing market is just getting crazier and crazier. Don't delay. Get yourself a good quality realtor today.
Dave Mayberry seems like he'd be fun to hang out with, too.
Oh, Dave would be great to hang out with.
He's a cut-up. Every time I hear him talking to somebody or people talking about him, like, freaking Dave's a cut-up. I bet he'd be fun to hang out. I bet he knows where all the good breweries are down there in his part of the country. Was he in Tucson?
Yeah. The Tucson area.
I guarantee you that they have some good water down there. So good water make good beer.
How do they have good water if it doesn't rain?
And you got it. No, I mean, I'm sure they still have good beer.
Well, so from what I know about traveling with Greg Klein, the island of Curacao is actually one of the best tap waters that you can get around the world. Because
is it surface water, or
it's
aquifer?
It's desalinated from the ocean. They have like big desalination plants and all that kind of stuff. Also, they also have a distillery there.
So to make some good beer, you have to re-add some calcium chloride or something to it just to give it a little bit of body. But yeah.
Tristan Cotton saying the following is a paid advertisement. Well, technically, yes.
It is.
But at the same time, if we didn't fully believe in something, we wouldn't put that much energy into an ad read,
It's just appreciated. I know they're making this broadcast possible, so. It's like the pace truck's about to dive on down this weird little entry here. Let's see if where does it
just about. So it's right they rejoin. This is where they rejoin the oval track and then bail off of it here between turns 1 and 2, and then he's gonna hang a left. On your screen, a left, but a right hand, and that's where the sneak in is. It's kind of like the opposite of pit exit for the Daytona 24 course.
Gotcha.
As the pace car does come on down into pit lane. It's going to leave the 81 and the 14 side by side, with the 53 up here as well as the 33 all locked and loaded as they come back down across the line. Green flag racing here once again. The 81 having things locked on up on that inside lane. The 33 had just fought, wasting absolutely no time here. Let's see if there's any comeback attempt by that 33. No, not quite able to. He's going to stay side by side with the 53 as they send it on down into turns 3 and 4. A little beating and banging here, even some 3 wide as they make their way down through the first couple of corners. Looked like Jonah Long, David Kelly, and Alejandro Gonzalez having a little bit of an issue down there as the 81 getting all loosey-goosey, trying to run away from the 14 machine. Meanwhile, the 53 looking very hungry here, looking to the outside of the 14.
Gee.
What?
Oh, and the 53 gets into the back. Oh, and even more contact. 33, the 14 getting tied on up in it. And look who just sneaks on by, the 92, Greg Klein, using that opportunity in the space that he had to dive on around the incident. There's a 27, takes a trip through the grass. So the 92 is going to take over the lead for right now.
So does Jeremiah have to pay for the tattoo now, or how's this going to work?
Part of the payment process.
Oh, man, that was rough.
Man, you ain't kidding. The 16 of Kyle Vaught taking a trip down through the... Oh, he maybe even contacted the inside wall a little bit there. Coming into that kind of final sector here on this racetrack. But again, also got to remember, I think we're still, we still got one more pit stop yet to come from these guys to close this one out. It'll be kind of like a splash and go with some tires. So we'll have to see how that plays on out. But in the meantime, for the tattoo bet, the 14 of Dustin Eaton sitting in 5th with that 81 of Osborne, back down to 14th after all that.
Yeah, that was rough. Tristan Cotton saying, are you tired of your boring life? GC Cruises can change your life. Book
That's true.
Today.
He also said that you could say Greg's going to try to cruise away from the rest of this field.
Well, he's going to try.
The
See what
low-hanging
happens.
fruit.
Yeah, I kind of like the submarine jokes, We don't. He could take you to where the submarine went
the
down.
Titanic, but you won't implode. Type
Yeah, it
joke.
was really like the Olympus. It wasn't the Titanic that sank, and everybody knows it was the Rockefeller family that killed that thing.
Sure. Alejandro Gonzalez around.
Oh, and yeah, he went around hard, but looks like he's going to try to get things all back around, pointed in the correct direction as the 18 Andrew Player looking alongside the 53 of Jeremiah Burke here, battling for some podium spots.
Alejandro, he didn't hit anything.
Oh, good.
So, I mean, the truck is still in good shape. But
I mean, talk about having an epic rookie debut here tonight. He's been riding around that top 15, top 10 pretty much all race long, keeping it pretty clean out there. And this ain't an easy one to come into for your first race of the season.
No, but he's definitely not new to iRacing.
No, definitely doesn't. Well, who knows? We could be wrong on that one too.
Hey, we have seen guys that had natural talent just joining iRacing and just being able to race right away. Not sure if Alejandro is one of those guys, but so far, fun to watch out there in that 79.
Yeah, I would highly doubt that he's brand new to iRacing. These guys are pretty particular on who they bring in.
Sure.
But I can tell you right now, he's got a nice I rating. Nothing crazy, but nothing terrible.
Higher than my 900.
Yeah, it's higher than that. He's been around the block a little bit.
Well, my road course rating's like 600.
Well, let's not say we raced with a guy over there in our back in the ADD racing. No, I'm talking about Jack, Magic Jack.
Now you see me, now you don't, Jack?
Yeah, that poor guy, man. He would race officials and get that safety rating. The problem is he was coming in last, and his I rating was like 300 something.
Oh God, I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I think that's what mine is in road course stuff.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't
I
really
wasn't
care.
trying to make fun or anything. I'm just saying.
I mean, we're special.
How the hell do you do that? I mean,
Well, again,
Well, you do a lot of dumb stuff.
Well, yeah, but again, at the same time, you know, if you're somebody that races a lot in leagues and really doesn't do much official stuff, your I rating really doesn't mean anything.
That's the way I was too. Mainly race with you guys.
Yeah, like the amazing track of Sebring.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that track with a passion. I'd rather run. This one in Australia that I like, Bathurst.
Yep.
I'd rather run Bathurst every race the rest of my life than race one more race at Sebring. The track is terrible.
Yeah, I really don't like the track.
There's no topography. It's.
What kind of word is that? I've never heard you use such a spectacular word of topography. As a person that loves the English language,
Like hills, changes in elevation.
I know what it means. I'm not the guy to explain it
like
to.
You did know.
No, I just can't believe you knew it for one, and then the fact that let's fit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. But it's a fantastic word, though. It's not used enough.
And it is 100% accurate. Sebring is very flat down there in the Florida region.
Oh, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let's give the real descriptor. It's terrible.
You know,
it sucks.
We got to get you driving over there on Le Mans. I think you would have a good time there.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I saw that last night. That's what Brown was on.
Had a bunch of straightaways, a couple chicanes, couple places where you got to be really smooth and have a rhythm to it.
I saw that movie with James Garner.
Going 3 wide here. Timothy Pope, George Rincon, Jess Vaught, even Andrew Player getting into the mix here as the 27 breaks on clear of the 28.
Y'all watch that movie with James Garner?
What, Tank?
No, the one at Le Mans. Where they're racing the race and they have the old open wheel cars.
No.
Say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking about.
It's an old racing movie about the Le Mans race.
What time should I set my VCR for it?
Shut up,
Herbie the Love Bug?
dumbass! I'm gonna find it now. You're gonna watch the movie and you're gonna fall in love.
As Jess Vaught making his way down into the pits for his final pit stop here with about 12 laps left to go. And you know what? I like that call, pitting here early after the restart here, because these drivers are going to start running out of time. And the one thing you need to kind of figure out where you are and in relation to how you're doing and all that kind of stuff, and maybe even make up a couple spots, you need time and laps to do so. So pitting here with about 12 to go is, I like that from Jess.
So the movie was called Grand Prix. And I think they were at Le Mans. I think they were at Spa.
You don't even really know what the movie's about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Just watch the movie.
I also enjoyed the one with I think it was Chris Hemsworth, the Rush movie. His
that was a good one.
With Niki Lauda and
that
was a really good one.
That was a really great movie. And
Evans is around. No surprise.
And Jean saying Ford versus Ferrari was a great movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was awesome. I saw that one in the theater. Me and my wife went and saw that. That was a beautifully done movie. But yeah, Grand Prix with James Garner. I have to go back and watch that.
Oh, Driven 2 with Sylvester Stallone. Great call, Tristan.
Oh, jeez. Is that the one where he's picking up the quarters and he's humming in the car and all that?
I think that is that. Is it that one? I think it might be.
That was. I'm not watching that one.
I like the one where he's arm wrestling.
Over the top.
Over the top.
I believe that's free to watch on YouTube right now.
Every truck that movie.
Alejandro Gonzalez having a little bit of an issue down there. Still up in 14th right now. As he's actually going to move up a couple spots up into 12th as George Rincon and David Feiter down into the pits. Meanwhile, the 53 of Jeremiah Burke going toe-to-toe here with that 92 of Greg Klein, getting up inside and getting the pass all done.
Lots of great racing movies on, for road course stuff. I hazard to say that there's
there's one that you wouldn't believe, like the plot of it is actually about a dog, but the art of either driving or racing in the rain. I forget, but that's a really good one, and one that it'll pull your heartstrings getting down towards the end.
Movie,
It kind of is, yeah. As Greg Klein and comes on down into the pits, Dustin Eaton picking up that second spot here, opening the door.
The art of racing in the rain, I think that's
yeah. Tristan's wondering where you can get AAA merch at. Go on over to trackdogsracing.com or trackdogs.net, and you can find some stuff over there.
Yeah, that's the place. You can get all kinds of stuff. And speaking of, Bittner is coming down in the pits right now. The owner of that.
The original track dog himself.
Yeah.
Andrew Cawthon having a pretty good battle here as the 82 Mike Everidge comes out of the pit road here. It's going to be kind of dangerous rejoining the track. A little busy, but 10 Machine doing A-OK. 25 Mike Darlin's moving on up there as well. Oh, and of course, as I say that, the 10 Machine going slipping and sliding through the grass. And again, you can just see how much he's actually losing here. He didn't even go completely into the grass. It was just only the right side tires. And he had to really kind of fight that thing back.
That's all it takes to lose grip here and have that thing jerk sideways on you. Just get 2 tires off, and even a little touch on the gas or the brake will cause that truck to start to turn on you. Here's that set of 90-degree turns that's really, really difficult to negotiate.
I think it's called the S's. I don't have a track map right in front of me of what that section is called. As Jeremiah Burke and Dustin Eaton both coming on down into the pits with 10 laps left to go, which means we're going on to lap number 9. Earl Evans having another issue out there. Kind of around. He's letting the traffic scoot on by before getting that truck all going again. Good job, Earl, watching that relative box.
Mike Everidge did the same thing, led a couple of guys around saying, hey, y'all pass me right here on the right. He had a couple of trucks that were faster than him, so let them all around there.
Those Earl going through the grass here once again. Hey, he just wants to get back out to the oval part. He's tired of this road course side of things.
That's what Earl Evans is doing. He's like, where's the oval? How do I get out there? I want to go fast. That's what I heard him say. Last time we talked to him, I think that's all he knew how to say was, I want to go fast. Like, Earl, what do you think about the upcoming schedule? I want to go fast. I think that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Just wants to go fast, man. Let the man go fast.
Yeah.
It's hard to do here.
There's not much fast. It's a bunch of right turns and left turn. And
Oh, David Kelly having an issue down there. Going down through the infield grass.
Tristan Cott says he wants a shirt. He just wants Adam's face on it. Random conspiracy theory.
No. You don't want my face. I can't put that on there, but I can give some conspiracy theories.
No,
we can put your face with the wrestling mask.
Yeah.
The luchador mask.
Oh, yeah, I have that. I found it. It's in my little thing over here underneath the table. I'll put it on. We can put it on a shirt.
Sometimes just for to
It's
shake
kind of
hands.
scary, actually, but it does have the American flag on it, which I'm,
Okay.
the real America, not the fake one that they've created here with all this nonsense that's going on in the world right now.
Oh, man, the 27 of Timothy Pope. Just absolutely saying, lap car, not lap car, who cares? I'm going down low and sneaking past a couple of drivers there. He's got Adamson in tow. Same thing as George Rincon. As looks like Mayberry having a little bit of an issue. Same thing with the 99 of Albert Anderson.
They split and went around Gallagher like he was standing still, but I'm sure Gallagher was letting off just to let
Earl,
him rant.
Earl Evans letting everybody know that he's pitting in
Yeah,
right
what
now.
was he saying? It was like a long
Yeah, he's
announcement there.
making sure they know.
Sure.
As Jess works his way around the 29 of Mayberry, who I believe he might be able to make it here to the end, but I don't know. 81 Jonathan Osborne having a pretty good fight with the 7 Jonah Long, gets up underneath the 81, taps the rear quarter panel, and the 81 goes on around, which means that's just another spot to solidify the new tattoo coming his way.
Yeah, where's he going to put that one? Does he know where he's going to put the tattoo?
I think
Osborne?
I think on his chest.
Was there rules for this?
It's going to be like their logo or like Team Tang. They're like their. Or is it going to just say Tang? We got a lot of questions.
I'm sure there's going to be some design choices being sent via messenger.
Why don't they do like a 2-for-1? Maybe they can do like a 2-for-1. Like double down next time.
Here's what I think we should
Keep
do.
it going. You could get even more tattoos. Keep it going to the end of the season.
I think in a show of good sportsmanship, whoever wins the bet should get the tattoo that they were going to get if they were going to lose. You know what I mean?
But that wouldn't really be a bet.
No, but it would be mutual respect.
Well, I think they
/
have
fun.
respect. That's why they're having a little fun bet. I don't know. I'm more of a gambler, right, Brown?
Well,
You win, right?
yeah, like my dad always taught me, whether you bet a quarter or you bet $250,000, if you lose it, you lose it.
That's it.
If you win it,
Be a
you win it.
man. Deal with it. Everybody gets a car. You get a car. You get an indictment. You get an indictment. You get an indictment. You know how it works. Oh man, this
Where did
poor country's
that come
going
from?
to hell. Country's going to hell. I just thought about some things I saw on the interweb earlier. I'm trying to keep it inside. I'm bottling it up. It's probably not good.
Ooh, Greg
Saving
Dobson.
it for the podcast. Go ahead.
The safety hazard machine of Greg Dobson trying to still work his way around. Went off track there for a little bit, but he does have his driver cam on up here this evening. Well, that's driver info. That's the driver cam button. There we go.
Hit the button.
Have a tough time out there. Same thing with our old buddy Earl with the driver cam up this evening as well. The Bad Luck 13 machine.
Yeah. Maybe he could wave to us or something. He doesn't. He's driving it like he's only using.
Yeah, but there's a
one arm.
delay. So
Oh,
you have to leave him up for an extra few seconds to see if he waves at us or gives us the finger or throws a
But
piece
that-
of pizza at us because he always has pizza handy, So I don't know.
speaking of pizza, where's the pizza man? He's got a real race coming up. He's not here, is he?
I was gonna say, I think he was racing this past weekend
Yeah.
over here at the race complex, the kind of short course that they got going on. Just outside of here looks like Anderson having another issue down there, able to get back around, and same thing with David Kelly had a little bit of issue there. 84 Jonathan
Earl.
Josh Bittner catching on up to Jonathan Osborne.
Earl and that beater, we used to. I don't even think I can say it anymore.
No,
it's
it's,
like
it's a muscle shirt. That's what
it's
they
like a wife beater, right? Like
It's a tank
looks
top.
like
Tank
not what-
top.
it looks like he's about to just go put some a baseball bat to somebody's knee, like those ice skater girls did that one time. He looks like he's ready to rumble. That's what I'm talking about.
We were fine until about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, we were fine. And
Remember
now,
the ice skater girls?
Now we're getting
Canceled.
fired. We're canceled.
I'm just saying they had a baseball bat was involved.
I thought it was a piece of pipe.
It was a piece of pipe.
or whatever.
Either way, the 28 of George Rincon trying to sneak around the 88 of Mike Adamson here down into turn number 1. Not quite able to brave the brakes there going down into turn number 1.
I have behaved tonight, okay, guys? I'm just saying. Had to let loose a little bit. I just approve of Earl Evans, you know, his outfit tonight. I like it. I think he's ready to rock. Let's go.
I mean, he's been working out. I mean, he's
not only that, but what he's wearing is, we could get into some stuff. We could he could be a cat burglar. He could take, kneecap somebody, or, he could just go to the local bar down there, or throw down some shots. I mean, it's very versatile what he's got going on there.
Party wear.
Yeah.
Okay. We used to wear those as undershirts. So, I mean, that's like,
He probably just got home from work, like his real job, and that's what he had on. So it's hot down there in Florida.
And what else is hot is the battle for the lead with 4 laps left to go. Dustin Eaton and Jeremiah Burke separated only by about a half a second. Burke, after fighting back from the incident on turn 1, lap 1, he's right back in it with a chance to win it here with the 14 of Eaton, who's been on pretty good cruise control here on stage number 2. Oh, it's the 53. Oh, he hooked himself. Oh, no.
From second position, he's going to lose a couple spots here. Jeremiah Burke in the 53.
Well, as of right now, he's hanging on to it, but Greg Klein, that gap has been closed. It was about 7 seconds. It's now up to back down to a second and a half. So Klein gonna be now smelling some blood in the water. But yeah, Jeremiah Burke, I think I don't know if he was using his brakes in the middle of the corner or what, but he got a little loose and tried to correct it, and it just sent him on around into the gravel pit.
So those were lap cars, I guess, that got around right there.
Yeah, Mayberry out into the infield grass as well. I told you guys, they have a pretty good landscaping crew here. You don't need to go and touch the lawn up.
Yeah, leave that alone. That's for the professionals. Y'all stay on the asphalt there.
Those that put money on Mayberry for the rivalry bet of the normal rivalry bet that we've been seeing here week in, week out. He's got a lap on Kyle Vaught right now, so he is looking pretty good. So some people might be winning some fake AAA dollars, AAA coin.
I'm glad that Dave Mayberry's able to finish in front of someone. If it's Kyle Vaught, that's great, but
I mean, he's inside the top 20. He's in 17th. He's been doing all right. Talking about the man like he's, dead last. No, he's doing better than some, as the 085 Greg Dobson goes around here once again. We do have some people still sitting there in the pits. Jack Dixon, who looks like he kind of started and parked it here tonight, and Ricky Wittenberg, he's been in the pits for a while. I think he used his fast repair early and then hit the wall, causing some damage. So I wonder if he's there just trying to get that damage fixed and come back on out, so he's at least, maybe eligible for the random draw driver.
Ricky got excited about our camping trip that we're planning, and
no, we're going to the beach
and the beach
going
trip.
Fishing. Yeah.
Let's just go camping on the beach. Let's combine the 2 trips. Let's go camping on the beach, and we'll bring whiskey. Cigar.
Ricky probably has a boat, so that's cool. I mean, Ricky's cool like
Why
that.
Would he have a boat?
I don't know. It just seems like he has a boat.
He lives in a landlocked area of the country.
I don't know. I think he has a boat. I'd like to think of Ricky with a boat and a tuxedo T-shirt,
like a center console.
Yes, I do.
Like a
with a super, like some 6x9 speakers, everything.
One of those little grills on the back of it on the post, that spins around.
I think he does. That's how I like to think of my Ricky.
That's my Ricky Wittenberg fantasy. He has a grill on his boat.
Oh my God. He's probably gonna love this broadcast.
He's not going to tune in ever again.
Probably not. That's fine. We are getting down to the crux of the matter, Brown.
It's almost over.
And that we are definitely getting on down to it. 2 laps left to go. For the most part, most battles have been kind of figured on out here, with Dustin Eaton out in the lead by about 7 seconds as he makes his way down into the final section here of this track. He's only gonna have to do it one more time to pick up the race win here tonight. We do have Josh Bittner trying to catch on up to Jonathan Osborne to move from 10th up into 9th. That's a pretty close battle going on there. As the white flag comes on out, Eaton back across the line, heading on down that front straightaway. Gonzalez having another issue down there into the grass, able to wrangle it back to the race surface. A 33 of Jess Vaught just trying to make up whatever positions that he can after getting caught up in that incident earlier on in stage number 2 here. Man, he has just been fighting against it here tonight, as Bittner was able to get around the 81 of Osborne.
Osborne, just remember, when you go in to get your tat, have a little something to take the edge off, bowl or two.
He's got a couple tattoos already. He knows what to expect.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not his first rodeo.
That and his sister has a few tattoos as well.
A few. She's a walking. Yeah.
She's a
Ashley.
walking painting.
She's got a lot of tattoos?
Yeah.
That's cool. I love tattoos, man. I'm a tattoo guy. I like that. I'm not going to make any bets about tattoos, though. These guys are braver than me.
Yeah.
That's the 14 of Dustin Eaton. Final time through the final section here into one final corner to end up down that final front straightaway. Comes on home with a 6 to 7 second gap, and he's gonna pick up the win here at Indy. Timothy Pope went off the track here for a quick second, but just hanging on. He does have the 18 starting to breathe down his necks. So again, the race isn't over for a lot of these drivers. There's still little battles happening here as they make their way out of the final turn. The 18 looking to the outside of the 27 is going to be a little bit of a drag race here. Coming back down across the line, the 27 able to hold on into 4th there.
That was a great finish there for those two guys, Player and Pope. So Josh Bittner losing on one of the turns there, and Chachi was able to drive around him. That was an exciting little pass there that we didn't expect.
All right, those guys now come back down across the line. That is your top 10 all set. You also now got Mayberry coming back across the line, a couple laps down there. So for the most part, I think everyone's all set and done. So let's go ahead and pick the random draw driver here tonight. And it's going to be... Sorry, computer's running a little slow. Gonna be the truck that finished in 17th here this evening.
17th, that's going to be Mike Everidge in the 82.
As in his own words, they're on double secret probation.
Nice. Well, it wasn't my kind of night. I mean, right turns, I was really...
They're on double secret
it was
probation.
fun. I always have fun with the Vigilante Racing League guys. These guys are good. But that doesn't mean I don't have to like people turning right. You can't force me to like anything.
No one's forcing you to like it. You should look
I'm not
at it
assimilating. I'm not going to assimilate.
You came in knowing that this is good. They're running up this track that wasn't meant for stock cars, and I was thinking the same thing. But look how much fun we had. Look how many passes we had and thrills and spills.
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of beating and banging there as well.
It was fun.
Well, while
And
the
someone's getting a tattoo.
Yep, someone's definitely getting a tattoo. So while we let the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Mr. Dustin Eaton, go ahead and celebrate and do his burnouts and everything like that, let's go ahead and start talking to some of these drivers, and we'll start things off with our random draw driver here tonight. The 82, Mr. Mike Everidge, had his own little expedition out there. A couple times seeing more grass than asphalt, but still picking up a 17th place finish here tonight. Mike, a pretty good run, especially for a tricky track with a tricky kind of setup in these trucks here tonight.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough track, tough setup. Just trying to keep it straight most of the race.
Yeah, this track is tough, even when you're racing open wheel, when you've got a really light car with really great brakes. And you guys did one hell of a job out there and tackling this thing. It made for an entertaining watch for us over there on YouTube. But what was the biggest challenge out there? What was the one thing that really hindered you from performing well out there? We know it's tire wear was a thing, and the really tight turns, and also traffic out there.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the back most of the race, to be honest. Traffic wasn't a big problem for me. Honestly, the truck was pretty loose, just trying to not get on the gas too fast coming off the corners. Trying to find that sweet spot. I haven't had a lot of practice time with this setup. So, coming off the corner, especially like onto the front straight, trying to find the sweet spot so you don't over spin the tires. But then again, if you don't get on it soon enough, you lose a lot of time down the front straight.
Well, congrats on getting the random draw. Who'd you like to give some thanks to tonight?
Definitely got to give thanks to the league and to the broadcasters. It's a well-ran league. Jess and Lori do a great job with this league, and then I really appreciate the broadcasters and the work you guys do.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate it there, buddy. Have yourself a fantastic night, and congratulations being on the lucky random draw driver of the day, finishing tonight in 17th, the 82, Mr. Mike Everidge. Man, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Let's send him down. I believe he was going to go hang out in the race drivers meeting area. We'll move on up to tonight's third place finisher, and that's going to be our good buddy, the 92 of Mr. Greg Klein, the proprietor of GC Cruise Travel himself, picking up a solid third place finish here this evening. And Greg, I know Indianapolis ain't no Le Mans, but oh boy, was the racing tough out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I love Indianapolis road course with a proper car. These trucks are not the proper car. It was really, really tough for everybody. I mean, there's just no way to get the power down, no way to keep the truck under you and save tires. It was just everybody was struggling. Everybody's having a hard time. I got a little bit lucky there, but man, I'll take a third place.
And you can look at it that way, or you can look at it another way. It's the most challenging thing you can do with a truck on a NASCAR stock car frame. And let's see who can do the best with it, with a good platform in a bad situation. And you, Jeremiah, Dustin, Pope, Player, Adamson, all you guys did a terrific job of taking this mismatch and making the best out of it. And, really showing that, it might not be an ideal combination, but you made the best out of it, and that's what good drivers do.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if the setup had a little more rear grip, I think it'd have been a lot different race. That seems to be the struggle we were all having. I had no problem with front grip. It's just getting off the corners, getting the power down. You just couldn't do it in a couple corners there. So that made it really, really difficult, but made it through. Did a decent job. I'm not going to complain about it. So, we'll go on. We got Watkins Glen next week.
Oh, back to back, huh? Perfect. Well, somebody gave you the Kleinen earlier, but you survived it. Good job. Who would you like to give some shout outs to? And I know let's pump up your company, man. We talked about it a little bit tonight.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, it's GC Cruise Travel, man. It's been a lot of fun doing that because I mean, I love to cruise, I love to travel, and that allows me to help other people travel and save money. And it's cool for me. Get to help, get to go to the people and cruising and enjoy it as much as I do. Shout out to you guys. One, for shouting out my company, and two, just for putting on an awesome broadcast. You know, Lori and Jess, they put on a heck of a league here. And man, I've been having a lot of fun. Just looking forward to Watkins Glen next week. That's going to be, I think, a lot different type of road course. These trucks really like Watkins Glen.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations here tonight. Having a fantastic finish up there on that podium in third, man. Congratulations. And go ahead and go rest on up because we need you coming up here on Saturday for that 24 of around KFC.
Yep, I'll be ready for that one. That's going to be fun.
Good luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
We sent him back down to the waiting room. Let's move on up to tonight's second place finisher. And this one we'll ask questions in a certain way of the 53 of Jeremiah Burke after having a incident going into turn 1 on lap 1, fighting his way on back, and then pretty much almost having the same thing here on lap 1 of the second stage. Fights his way on back up for a second place finish here tonight. Jeremiah, you were looking mighty quick and fast out there tonight, especially with the tricky setup conditions.
Yeah, it was just a rough race. I mean, of course, I was really mad after that first lap incident right there, and I get back up onto third for the stage break, having to take some tire strategy, and then I was just driving in there and we got together. I wasn't trying to hit him. It got together. So, I mean, I drove it in there probably way deeper than I should have, but I think I would have made the corner. But yeah, I'm just, congratulations on Eaton. I know he deserved that. My truck was pretty damaged after that little deal. And, it was a fun race, slippery, no grip. Battling with Klein there was great. I had a lot of fun. Feel terrible for Jess and all that. I was like, that's what I kept thinking about the whole last run. So wasn't too focused, but we'll make it out of there with some points, and we'll go into Watkins Glen next week.
Well, we talked about with Greg a little bit, Greg Klein, about how it's kind of a mismatch. You putting a NASCAR truck platform on a road course that's this tight and this challenging, but you guys really pulled it off. The cream rises to the top always, right? So yeah, the All-Star Racing Toyota that you were driving around out there tonight, you did one hell of a job out there. Took care of your tires. You did the best you could at taking care of your truck as well. Aero's not everything here, but it helps you out some. But what were your biggest challenges out there, man? I mean it was a pain in the butt, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was just there's no grip, and it was really loose because this is set up for high speed Watkins Glen setup is what it is, and so the cambers and all that are set up for high speed corners. Well, we got a whole lot of front grip and not a whole lot of rear grip here now in the corners, so real slippery. Saw me there when I was chasing Eaton down. I kind of got loose, and I just had to bail off the track to keep taking him out. It's just you got to go so slow to go fast around this track.
Yeah, well, you did a good job. You survived it. I guess next week is another road course, Watkins Glen. That's actually one I like. So that'll be cool, at least for me. But how about you? Who would you like to give some shout outs to, man?
Shout out to Albert. He's the only one that showed up this week, so I'm not shouting the other guys out.
There you go.
Yeah. And of course, Greg and Eaton. Look, we got the we got the whole Le Mans 24 team on the podium. Well, that's got to be good, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'll take that, and we'll move on to Le Mans this week, and then we'll run Watkins Glen next week. And I mean, this is gonna be a great week of racing.
And yes, sirree, indeed it will be, as a 53 of Mr. Jeremiah Burke picks up the second place finish. Jeremiah, you're on a pretty good string of good finishes here the last few weeks, having being able to talk to you here, buddy. But man, again, good job up there on second place, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and good luck next week at Watkins Glen.
Sounds good. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you on Saturday, and I'll see everybody else next week.
As we move on up to one final position, and that's going to be tonight's race winner, and a man who is going to feel the love of a new tattoo looking at him in the face, Mr. Dustin Eaton, getting the big time win here for the orangutans, as we get to the final verdict of the tattoo and whatnot, going Osborne's direction. But man, talk about a heck of a drive there, especially after saw some craziness there on lap number 1, and then some side-by-side racing behind you. I mean, you just pulled right on away there in stage 1, and then almost the same thing happened there in stage 2. But Jeremiah Burke giving a little bit of a fight there until he had a little whoopsie.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely turn 1 incident. My heart broke for both Osborne and Burke. Me and Burke have been kind of talking mess all day about who was going to get this, and there was a few people. I mean, Greg Klein, Jess, everybody came up there. Jess's incident that sucked too, and yeah, man, I was on the edge of my seat. I knew Burke was just a hair faster in a lot of spots, especially from practice, and once we all got caught up, I just started focusing and got it back, man. I'm dripping, sweating my butt off, and aren't you glad I'm on your road team this weekend?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Hell, man. It was a lot of fun to watch. Me and Turner kind of poo-poo all the road course racing, but we end up having a good time watching it, and you guys put on a pretty good show out there tonight. It's going to be another road course next week. You guys run into Watkins Glen. I know y'all run kind of a modified Watkins Glen setup here tonight. Is it going to be something where y'all are able to adjust any kind of gearing or anything? Is it pretty much set for everybody? We know it's a fixed setup league, but I mean, are you guys working with the admins to maybe kind of modify what the setup's going to be like?
Well, no, I know Jess goes through and tries out. Like for this one, I know this one didn't really have a dedicated setup, and no one, like made one or got one. And so we used the Watkins on this. It was pretty good. I mean, gearing was a little low, I think, for some of these like lower end turns. It definitely wanted to kick out on you, and there was no fine spot between like second and third. So it was all footwork and brake work on that. But going to Watkins Glen, man, I mean, I love that track. I know a lot of guys in here, and it's definitely a lot easier than this track for a lot of people to drive. Not as confusing, not as flat, really, So, well, a lot of parts are, but so I think a lot of people will have a good time. And as to the setup, I think it'll probably just be the stock setup where it really comes into play. And like for this race, for instance, I was on a 6-to-1 ratio, and Burke was on a 14-to-1 ratio, but we were running. So and then our brake biases were different. So really, it's all about how you drive and about how you're turning the car. Like as you guys see, every time I do a road course, I'm slipping and sliding everywhere, and I'm fast. But Burke and Jess and all those guys, they're more controlled and they're fast. So it's all about how you drive, man.
Well, you drove it to the top spot on the podium. Congrats for that. I can't wait. I'm gonna actually try to watch y'all this weekend. I don't know how. We'll figure out a way to watch. I'm sure somebody's going to stream it, or we can just jump in and watch. But that's going to be fun. Who would you like to give some shout outs to for this one?
Oh man, let's go with the guys up front. Jeremiah, Jess. It sucks that he got taken out. All the guys that battled hard. Jeremiah definitely. There was one spot where we were coming up the hill into the back stretch where he had a great run. That second spin out he did. He could have definitely hit me and took us both out, but he chose himself. Shout out to old Jess and Lori, everybody. Team Tang, those guys were super supportive. They were in there doing their best. And then you guys for, being here. Thanks for putting it on. And and watching our crazy shenanigans.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations there to the 14 of Dustin with a Y. Mr. Dustin Eaton picking up the race win here tonight. And
yeah.
getting it done for Team Tang here this evening, man. Congratulations. See you on Saturday, and good luck coming up there next week at Watkins Glen.
Hey, thank you. But hey, just before I go, not only do we have we have a new guy in here named Alejandro, and he says he has that crazy thick accent from Venezuela, and he says Timorangotan, and that's the new name now. So he says Timorangotan, and
Nice.
I love it, man, after my heart. All right, boys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for having us, and I appreciate what you do.
And that will do it here and get things all quieted on down for the evening. And, ooh, fellas, had the beating and banging that we probably would have seen if we stuck to the oval here, but made a few right-hand turns at the same time and had ourselves a pretty good race.
And a caution-free race. So that's the thing with the road course here is we didn't have any cautions, so... Yeah, we can have some beating and banging and stuff happen, but we had that halfway stage break, but to re-rack everybody. But yeah, we didn't have a caution fest or anything like you would have if we ran it NASCAR style. But yeah, man, I was pleasantly surprised at how much great driving we saw out there tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch. It made it even more fun to watch with the tattoo bet that was on the line, but. But all things considered, yeah, man. If they come back here again to the road course at Indy, I'm definitely count me in. I'll watch it again.
Well, count me. I mean, I'm gonna have to be here just because y'all are here. But I think next week is gonna be better at Watkins Glen. I watched Dale Earnhardt run that track. I know what that track's about. It'll be fun. So. Still had fun tonight, but I'm looking forward to next week, and let's just get this thing finished up, man.
And indeed, as we take a look here at tonight's finishing order and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up here at the end of all the chaos. You got that 14 of Dustin with a Y. Dustin Eaton picking up the race win with the 53 of Jeremiah Burke with a solid run to finish here tonight in second, in the 92 of Greg Klein rounding out your podium. You got the 27 of Timothy Pope with a fantastic run here tonight as well, finding his way to a fourth place finish, with the 18 of Andrew Player having a pretty solid run as well, finishing inside of that top 5. Your hard charger of the race, man, this man's been on some moves lately. The 88 of Mike Adamson, the silent assassin, picking up a great finish there in 6th. You also got the 28 of George Rincon. Told you, watch out for George. He'll sneak up on you. He snuck up a couple positions to finish there in 7th. 7 of Jonah Long is also up 15 spots to finish in 8th here tonight, with Chachi, Jonathan Osborne, a last lap pass to get around Josh Bittner there, finding himself there in 9th. In the 84 of Josh Bittner, rounding out your field's top 10.
David Fight in the 1. Finished in 11th after starting in 19th. Didn't put in a qualifying or a practice time, but still did well out there tonight. Andrew Cawthon in the 10, finished right where he started in 12th. Mike Darlin in the 25. We saw some action out there with him tonight. He'll finish in 13th place. 14th will be Alejandro Gonzalez in the 79. And the 33 of Jess Vaughn finishes in 15th after starting up in 5th. After starting in 6th, finishing in 16th. Sean McDonald in the 23 machine. Mike Everidge, our lucky draw driver tonight in the 82, finishes in 17th place. 18th will be Dave the Gambler Mayberry in the 29. Mike Taylor in the 98 finishes in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 tonight, David L. Kelly in the 49.
So Mayberry beat this guy, the 16 of Kyle Vaught, 21st.
He did.
22nd to 123 of John Gallagher. He made a couple spots up. 99, America's driver, Albert Anderson, 23rd. 13 of Earl Evans, 24th. 085 of Greg Dobson, 25th. Double nickel, 55. Ricky Wittenberg, like the theme of the night, Ricky, was 26th. Eric Klafka in the 5. 27th, Jack Dixon, starting park, I guess, in 07. Ended up 28th. And Lori Vaught, race control. Thank you, Lori.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Lori. As there you have it. That is your field here tonight. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a great time over here with us. Of course, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, if you do enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button as well, so that way we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on over here. We're already up to 450 subscribers. Holy smokes! Let's try to get that up to 500. 500 is a pretty good number. I'd like 500. I wouldn't mind $500. $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's pretty darn good. I'd also like to thank the proud sponsors of the league, like Blue Fox Properties and Dave Mayberry. Give them a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area, or anywhere across the country. Let Dave and his 18 years of experience buying and selling houses get you into the house of your dreams, all with a free consultation. And let me tell you, this housing market is just going to get crazier and crazier. Don't delay and get yourself a good quality realtor today. And while you take a break from that craziness, might as well take a trip to somewhere you might enjoy on vacation. Might want to call up GC Cruise Travel over there at Greg Klein, 918-906-5616 to plan your next vacation, whether it be cruise travel, which he specializes in, but he's also able to set you on up if you're trying to maybe do a golf trip or a European land navigation kind of trip, something like that. Be sure to get in contact with him there. You can also send him an email or contact him there on Facebook as GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider of the VRL and AAA Broadcasting. And with that concludes all the action here tonight. I'm not 100% sure if I will be streaming our race attempt at the 24 hours around the KFC in France. We'll have to see how things work out with that one. But if you don't see us then, you can definitely come check us back out on Sunday night for the NTRL Super Speedway Series as their playoffs continue to roll on. But until then, we're shutting it on down. I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing on off.
We gone.
See ya.